Live at 4, this is 13 News Now.
This could be the future of the Virginia Beach oceanfront. City leaders voted today for a venture realty group to develop the former dome site.
And these are renderings of the proposed $300 million development. The centerpiece, a massive surf park. 13 News Now reporter Elise Brown has all the details on that vote.
The Dome, a one-time oceanfront icon sitting between 18th and 20th Streets.
So many of us in our families went to that old Dome site. I know my mom certainly did. She saw the Beach Boys there.
Bulldozed in 1994, turned into a parking lot. Now Virginia Beach city leaders want to give it new life with a proposed multi-use entertainment venue. 4 groups applied to develop this site, but the Virginia Beach Development Authority selected local company Venture Realty Group. Michael Culpepper is one of their managing partners.
A lot of excitement. We're really enthusiastic about the opportunity.
Virginia Beach native Pharrell Williams partnering with Venture Realty Group. The 10-acre lot will feature something for everyone.
A range of uses from office to retail to residential and, of course, a surf park that would be the centerpiece of that project.
Deputy City Manager Ron Williams Jr. says leaders want the project to be an anchor for the oceanfront.
We're really looking to spark that engagement on a year-round basis and a place where people come and experience something new.
Moving forward over the next 180 days, the developer will conduct infrastructure research and get public input. Williams says costs for the project are estimated to be north of $300 million in this private-public partnership.
When do you guys hope it's finished?
Probably realistically, it's development a couple years out. Yeah.
But of course, before any ground gets broken, City Council would have to make a final vote. In Virginia Beach, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
There's always been incredible and enormous growth potential there. But the idea that the powers that be are recognizing this moment as that time is such an awesome thing.
All right, I had a chance to talk with Pharrell Williams today. So coming up on 13 News Now at 5, we'll hear what else the Virginia Beach native has to say about this massive project. All right, a Hampton Roads fall roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Temperatures have come in as low as 34 and have gone up, thank goodness.
Right now we are feeling an above average for this time of year. Evan has the latest on our warming trend. Evan.
That's right. Well, it's a short-lived warming trend, and we'll see several coming up over the next week or so. We'll also see several dips as well. But mild readings out there right now. Temperatures are in the 60s. We got up to 65 a little bit earlier today. We're now down to 63 as those clouds have started to thicken up just a bit. You can see there's some 50s on the map in Melfa and down towards Elizabeth City. Our normal high this time of year is 60 degrees. But we are talking about that weather roller coaster coming up over the next several days. Today, again, we got up to 65 degrees. Notice tomorrow, 62. We've got a cold front that'll move through later tonight, and it'll actually take about another day before that cold air works its way in. That's for Thanksgiving, 52 degrees for the temperature. But then notice things start to go back up a little bit, and then they'll go back down as we head into early next week. And by Tuesday, we'll be back up into the 60s. So certainly some wide-ranging temperatures coming up over the next several days. But if you have evening plans, the clouds will continue to thicken up. Notice the mostly cloudy skies working their way in later this evening. Temperatures holding in the 50s, even at 11 o'clock tonight. But notice later tonight and into tomorrow morning, we've got some of that rain rolling in. So 6 o'clock, some scattered areas of showers. Things should start to wind down by about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, but some spots could pick up about 1/3 of an inch of rain if we get a heavier downpour in a spot or two. I'll talk much more about the rain, time it out for you for your Wednesday, and have that big Thanksgiving Day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Evan. The Williamsburg Police Department is searching for 2 men who they say stole hundreds of dollars worth of so-called memory pills from a pharmacy. It happened at the CVS store on Richmond Road. Erin LeBeau tells us why officers call this an unusual crime.
That's kind of an unusual item to see stolen.
That's what Major Greg Riley with the Williamsburg Police Department says about the item stolen from this CVS. It happened at this store off of Richmond Road. Earlier this month, he says the 2 men seen in these photos stole more than $500 worth of memory supplements from the store. Normally, he says you'll find thieves stealing pills from the actual pharmacy, or
you see them trying to get the drugs with pseudoephedrine so that they can use that to make other drugs.
even customers were a little confused by this.
Personally, I think it was a little absurd. Mostly when I hear about someone stealing something from CVS, it's the only thing, Sudafed and makeup.
I actually went inside the store and noticed that these memory supplements run anywhere from $40 to $60 a bottle. And Major Riley suspects the people who are stealing these are doing so to sell them on the street.
I'd be cautious buying anything, medication or anything like that, at a flea market or a secondhand place, as opposed to buying it in the pharmacy where you know it has been tampered with or altered.
Police don't know why the men seen in these photos would steal such an item, but they hope someone will remember their faces and turn them in. In Williamsburg, I'm Erin LeBeau, 13 News Now.
A death row inmate convicted of rape and capital murder of a girl and her mother in Norfolk is granted parole. Joseph Giarratano's sentence was commuted by former Governor Douglas Wilder 2 days before his scheduled execution in 1991. Giarratano's killed Michelle Klein and her mother Toni Klein in 1979. This is what he said he had to say when he found out his sentence was commuted.
I didn't kill Toni and Michelle, and I think a new trial would be beneficial for them. They need the real resolution, as well as I do.
It may be another month before Giarratano is released. Virginia election officials say dozens of voters may have got the wrong ballots. The State Board of Elections voted to temporarily put off certifying 2 House district elections, the 28th District and 88th District. Those are just north of Richmond. The results could determine party control in the House of Delegates. The Peninsula Airport Commission is getting help from Virginia Transportation Secretary Aubrey Lane to move past their recent troubles. Lane told them today that if they can reach an agreement with Town Bank and other parties involved, then the state would restore their entitlement funds. Earlier this year, the airport lost state funding after using public funds to guarantee a private loan for People Express airline. The airline later failed.
Tidewater Community College is moving its Visual Arts Center out of Portsmouth and possibly to Norfolk. Around 700 students attend the center. According to TCC, most of those students live in Virginia Beach and Norfolk. TCC wants to marry its visual arts and culinary arts programs. A school spokesperson says the building on High Street is too small. The school did look for vacant spaces in Portsmouth, but decided Norfolk would be a better fit.
Looked at some other properties in the city, looked at the Sports Hall of Fame, and just, no buildings here were thought to be suitable.
And we're told the move would not happen until 2020. Coming up at 5, hear from students on how they feel about the change.